part-time career services to scholarship opportunities, making your education journey flexible, fast, and affordable. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more
from the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's an accident on William Cannon Drive at 183 causing some minor slowdowns. Stop and go traffic on I-35 northbound, about a 7 to 8 minute delay between Onion Creek Parkway and William Cannon, but we are issue free over on Mopac northbound, where it's under a 5-minute drive from Barton Springs over to 2222. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
Bet Online continues to be your number one source for all your football betting action. Bet Online has all the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting. From every pro to college game, Bet Online remains your choice for sports wagering info. Bet Online, the game starts here.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting saber-tooth zip ride or pan for gemstones. Take the wild cave tour or the hidden passages tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The legacy continues. Pantera. The heaviest tour of the summer. Tearing up Germania Insurance Amphitheater, September 2nd. With Amon Amarth.
Let us call in so we can get the ticket. Like, no, it's fucking unethical. Like, stop trying to make us bad people.
Pantera.
We got friends doing this shit. Remember we was talking yesterday?
How far is
like,
too far?
friends
In the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee, that's up to you.
Real friends,
Powered by a new 1.6-liter Turbo 4 engine. It's the
partner, this guy
iconic
right here,
SUV,
Hardge.
reimagined to put today's adventures and tomorrow's dreams in reach. So go ahead, keep the good times going. The all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee. Jeep, there's only one. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
We all remember that one teacher who made a difference. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Yeah, photographer too.
Yep. Mix and match scents to create your own unique scent combo that is as unique as you are. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
From the audio-visual consultation studio, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso,
Paris, and Silsbee, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM.
Don't feel good.
Feel Good Friday. It's a game week, and we are one day away from Texas and Ohio State. 11 a.m., and you can hear the game and pregame starting right here at 8 a.m. with Longhorns Game Day, followed by Craig Way, Roger Wallace, and our guy Will Matthews bringing you all the action from Columbus. But the Crypt Keeper is back at it again. We will also hear from Coach Sark. We'll recap college football as it started last night. Tommy Yarsh of DallasCowboys.com will discuss what we're about to discuss with us from the sacred grounds of Arlington. And Ann Parker Coleman will talk to us about high school football and, of course, the big game up in Columbus. But I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest DJ. He is Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we've got Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. And if you want to leave a voicemail, all you got to do is download that always free iHeartRadio app. Tap that red microphone on the new and improved iHeartRadio app and leave a message. And if it's good enough, it might even get played. But I'm sure that there's a lot of messages about one trade that went down yesterday. And Mark, you called me and you were like, what did I just witness? And I was saying the same thing. I was in disarray, man. I was distraught when I found out that the Dallas Cowboys and one Jerry Jones decided to make a trade that he tries to compare to the Herschel Walker trade. And I'm sick and tired of people saying the Herschel Walker trade. This ain't even close to the Herschel Walker trade. The haul is not the same.
It's not the same. And you know what, man? I told Marcus, I said, get the I told you so track ready because I told you so. It's crazy.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
Hardge, we said before the draft, if you are going to trade Micah Parsons, now is the time.
Perfect
time. Before the draft, it was the largest. I did a World's Strongest Take, and we can go back to it and put it on the socials. All of the options that you could get for Micah Parsons. There were teams with two draft picks in the same draft. You could have got two guys.
Yeah.
In the deepest defensive end outside linebacker class that they've had in 10 years. But what did he do?
Nothing.
He tried to son Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, no, we're going to talk directly with each other, Micah. Michael. He called him by the wrong name. And then on top of that, he tells him, I don't want to talk to your legal representation. I want to talk to you. Michael's like, man, I don't know the financial forecast. I pay that dude to get me the best deal that he can get me and not mix business with pleasure.
Well, it's funny that you say that because here is Jerry Jones talking about that said meeting that they had when Micah was on vacation and he came back to talk to Jerry about his contract.
When I offered Micah the contract that I offered him back in April, he flew in from out of the country, wanted to come right in. I said, no, get you a night's sleep and come on in the next day. When I did that, we offered him a contract to come play for the Dallas Cowboys, and it was a good one. Okay. Now, it was more guaranteed than what I've been reported that was here now. And again, nothing in the world am I criticizing Micah about at all. That was every bit his right. And Mike has never been anything but so pleasant for me to be around. I want to be real clear about it, not that it implies that it's not. Things are good here. Things are good here. We have just decided that it was in the best interest of our team to take the consideration that we have. We appreciate his 4 years, but we can take that consideration and we can win in our minds more than had we gone the other route and signed him. That's not a negative on Micah. That's just unique to our circumstances.
Were there any trade discussions prior to the draft regarding Micah?
Trade discussions with who?
With other teams regarding
No,
Micah?
no.
So
no.
Could you have done something then?
We had them. But we didn't have them with anybody else.
The draft's in April, by the way, when we were talking to Micah personally.
Right. It was at the end of the month. This was at the beginning of the month.
I got you.
Oh, you mean a day earlier or what? Shit.
Hardge, did you get the operative words?
Yeah.
In our minds.
Yeah.
Anytime that you preface a sentence with, well, it's just what I thought, or in my mind, or whatever, that means you're wrong.
Exactly. But the best part of yesterday, because there was not a lot of good parts of yesterday that happened.
No, I'm still experiencing the negativity of yesterday.
But here is the best part of yesterday is our guy, Michael Irvin, Mr. Playmaker, going on the 4-letter network and really putting his foot down on this trade thing.
But I guarantee Michael Parsons not going anywhere. Jerry's not that crazy.
Oh my God, I can't believe this, man. I can't believe this. I cannot believe we just traded Michael Parsons.
He went on a rant talking about, it's just posturing. It's just the way that they're talking. There's nothing going to happen right here. There's no way Jerry. Oh, my God, I can't believe Jerry traded Michael Parsons. So Mark and I had a discussion.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, how about Michael saying, Jerry wouldn't do nothing this crazy?
That's the funny part about this.
That is hilarious.
Yes, because if Michael know anything about crazy and crazy Jerry, he should have known right then and there that what he should have known is, and Marcus, will you grab that Stephen A. and Jerry sound real quick? What he should have known was when Jerry Jones was sitting in that interview with Stephen A. Smith, and he stood there and he stood on business, and he was mad. You know that mad that he gets in that moment where his face is like, his fist is balled up. He's angry about the conversation that he is having to have with Stephen A. and talking about the fact that he was number 69. He stood on his business and he was not having it.
I'm not going to go for that shit here. That's what's happening.
You're not going for it.
I'm not going for it. No.
And the fact that Stephen A. Smith is like, you're not going to go for it. Like baiting him into the conversation. He was so mad that the deal was not done on his terms that he was just like, I'm done with Micah. I'm done with this. I'm done with everybody that's involved in this. I'm not talking to nobody's agent no more. I'm finished. Get him out of here. And then gonna have the.
Did you hear what? What he said? The agent said to him.
Yes, I'll shove it. Yeah. But look, here's the thing. He was also talking about the fact that we're getting a guy that we need to stop the run. We need a guy that could come in here right now and stop the run. And I'm like, what are you drafted all these other guys to be that. So you make this trade, and as soon as the trade is done, Micah's already signed his contract. He's already become the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. And they have got a defensive player in Rashawn Gary, who is going to bring havoc with Michael Parsons, as Jerry kept calling him Michael. And I'm like, what is really going on with Jerry? Like, this has gotten to the point now, Mark, where they need to take the keys from him. They need to take the keys from him and check on him every 30 minutes to make sure that he's done things right. The good thing is
that he's not going to burn the house down.
Exactly. Good thing is Baron Sorrell is there, so they got a pass rush. And now, not only are the people in the NFC East happy, the NFC North is a little upset right now because them quarterbacks are going to be running for their lives. We're just getting started on a feel-good football Friday that we're not feeling too good about, but we'll talk Texas Longhorns and Ohio State coming up next right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Do you ever feel like when you're talking, nobody is listening? Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone will listen to you. What is on your mind? Go! All you have to do is use the iHeartRadio app talkback feature when listening to AM 1300 The Zone.
Yo, hello, it's me. Enjoy the show.
We will get your message instantly, and we promise to listen to it.
Listen to something authentically Austin, the JB and Sandy podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
There's a traffic light issue at the intersection of Highway 71 and 2322. Use some caution if you're heading this direction and treat it like an all-way stop. A stalled vehicle moved from the main lanes over to the right shoulder on Mopac going northbound at Enfield Road. There's also an accident being worked on William Cannon Drive at Highway 183. I'm Jason Fostick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
If it's the start of a brand new football season, that must mean that my friends at St. Patrick are ready for the kickoff with their outstanding #1 selling Longhorn polo shirts. Whether you're headed for the game, the golf course, even a casual Friday workday, this is the perfect polo. It's available in sizes small up to XXX with UPF 50+ sun protection and a 4-way quick-drying stretch fabric. And there are 2 shirts to choose from, the classic Longhorn Hook'em logo shirt and one with iconic figures like DKR. Some of my favorites are the all-over Longhorn logo burnt orange on white and white over burnt orange. Makes it a lot more comfortable for me to broadcast the Longhorns at home and on the road. It's easy to pick up these shirts. You can go right down to the store at 5222 Burnett Road with easy parking right in front of the store. No need to worry about a parking garage. Or you can order it online at SuePatrick.com. Be sure to check out the #1 selling Longhorn polos from the 40 acres from Sue Patrick. 5222 Burnett Road and online at SuePatrick.com.
This Labor Day, the Home Depot is here to help you prep for the season. So no matter what you're working on, you can get your backyard ready for all the fall festivities. Refresh your garden with savings on a wide selection of colorful mums. Liven up your outdoor space with vibrant string lights. And find the perfect grill for your backyard barbecues this season from our wide selection of grills under $300. Get your fall project started this Labor Day at the Home Depot.
Would you drive 10 minutes for $500? That's the distance from CarMax to Henna Chevrolet. And Henna guarantees you $500 more than any CarMax offer for your vehicle. Just show Henna your written CarMax appraisal offer within 7 days, and you'll get $500,000 more guaranteed. Is your time worth $50 a minute? It is at Henna. Come get your money at Henna.com. Together, let's drive.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
After 48 years, Factory Mattress is going out of business forever. Over $15 million worth of world-class mattress brands must be sold immediately. Up to 80% off at Austin and San Antonio's largest independent mattress retailer. Everything must go, right down to the bare walls. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. No interest financing is still available. The Factory Mattress going out of business sale is happening now at all 14 locations. Don't miss it.
Texas weather can be wild. Protect your home with residential metal roofing from Mueller Inc. Strong, stylish, and designed to last. Our metal roofs handle wind, hail, and heat with minimal maintenance. With a range of colors and styles, you'll get lasting beauty and proven durability, all backed by paint warranties up to 45 years. Visit with one of our sales representatives today at any of our locations across Texas, including Marble Falls and Spicewood.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beautiful planet. Energy consumption is a primary contributor to a changing climate, producing around 27% of greenhouse gases in the United States. Save money and energy at home by turning off your computer completely before you go to bed. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
It's Bud Light's countdown to kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
We are 1 day away from kickoff in Columbus, and we will get you ready starting tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. on Longhorns game day. Myself, Cam Parker, will be bringing you up till 10 o'clock, where Craigway, Roger Wallace, and Will Matthews will take you the rest of the way. And make sure you tune in to the post-game show, as Third and Longhorn has now joined the iHeartRadio family and the AM 1300 The Zone family, and you can listen to the post-game wrap-up with those guys over at Third and Longhorn. We have got you covered because we are the home of Texas football and Texas athletics. What's up, Mark?
Hardge, who's your number one?
What you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis? Who's your number one for Texas? The number one.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Talk to me, man. Talk to me about something. Donnie Little, my guy.
Donnie Little, dang.
Donnie Little was the reason why I thought I could come to the University of Texas to play quarterback, because he was the first African-American quarterback to play on the 40 acres.
How about our guy, Norman Watkins?
Norman Watkins, of course, that's the most eligible bachelor. So, he was that smiling Norman right there, storming Norman right there. So,
hey, but we can't talk about one without he the one, because he's the one.
Exactly. Colin Simmons. That's what I was going to say, too.
My number one, because I'm the one.
You got Colin Simmons and you got Ryan Wingo, all representing the number one on offense and defense. So, special time. And Chris Sims, of course, when he came to the University of Texas, was wearing number one as well. But right now, let's get into this matchup, Mark, because it is a big-time matchup. And by the way, what did I tell you? Eventually, somebody was going to bet on Texas and flip the line, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. A bettor put $550,000 bet on the Texas Longhorns. That's right. You heard me correctly. There was a wager that was made that was $550,000 on the Texas Longhorns.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie. But I wanted to get into this conversation because obviously this is a big weekend across college football, but especially for Coach Sark and his football team. And Coach Sark addressed the media yesterday for his final media availability before the game on Saturday.
I think from our perspective, a really good week of work for our players. I thought they've done a great job of focusing on the things that are important to performing on game day. There's been really good intentions in practice. There's been really good physicality and speed. Been a tough week. We made it difficult on them, especially in the front end of the week. But I love the intent that they had, day in and day out, not only physically but mentally, to prepare to perform. Obviously a heck of a challenge, very good football team, tough environment to play in. But all those things are why you're here, right? This is why we're at Texas, is to play in games like this. And, we've been fortunate. We've been exposed to games like this in the past. And I think we've got some history and some leadership in our locker room to lean into for those guys that have been in these moments before, to go out and perform the way we're capable of performing.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm 100% with it. One of the other things that I like is how many freshmen that they're taking with them. They're taking.
It's funny that you brought that up, Mark, because we're talking about the fact that new players are finding new routines, and of course the freshmen that will be able to travel.
Well, I think part of it is that's why we did the mock game last weekend, and that's why we did everything from our Friday meetings, our Friday walkthrough, to going to the team hotel, to having meetings at the hotel, to how do we eat dinner, to what's the vibe and energy in and around the hotel in the morning of the game, and then what is your routine? And my big thing is it's about routine. And once you find your routine and your rhythm on game day, that allows you to have a little bit more freedom and a little bit more loose. When there's unknowns, that's when the uncertainty creeps in and you're wondering what's next. And so, but I also, talk to those guys a lot about follow the leaders. They know, right? Anthony Hill knows, Arch knows, DeAndre Moore knows, Ethan Burke knows. And the list could go on and on and on of guys who have been in big games and body language and demeanor and things of that nature. But again, I think I love the idea of being loose on game day. There's a sense that you definitely you have to have the right mental intensity and the right mental focus. But we should have instilled enough belief in them that they're more than capable to perform. Whether that's through the schemes, whether that's through ability, whether that's through specific players doing specific things, that they should have a lot of belief and confidence in knowing that we've got the right pieces in place to go perform at a high level. We're bringing all of them. I think it's important for me to expose these guys to the environment. This isn't going to be the first big environment we're going to play in this year. And, coming out of this week's game, we're going to have 3 home games, and then we're going to have to go on the road again to another tough environment. And so the idea that maybe they don't play, maybe they play a limited role, maybe it's just on special teams, but the idea that they're getting exposed to what it's like to travel with us and that regiment, that routine, to the hotel, as I said, to the environment on game day, to being on the road. I think it's important to expose them all to this because, like I said, this won't be the last time that they'll be in a tough environment like this. But again, there's varying stages of freshmen on our roster right now. And some guys are going to play a real integral role Saturday. There's other guys that I can tell you aren't going to play in the game. But all of them over time, I think, will be significant contributors to the program.
It's important just to get those sideline reps, though. Even if you don't play, stand next to your position coach so you know what he's saying and how he's saying it to the players. Because, football, when you get on the sideline and you're in the heat of the game, there's things that are said that you have to say it the way you say it. You can't candy coat it. You can't baby talk. You got to be a man, and you got to be able to say, guys, this is the way we do business. If it's shocking to them, then they're going to have a problem with it when it is their time. So they need to see what that looks like. I think this is a brilliant move for Coach Sark bringing all those freshmen so they can get some sideline reps.
Also getting used to that atmosphere, that big crowd, big game atmosphere. That is something they're not used to playing in front of a crowd that size.
Well, a lot of these kids play they're from the state of Texas, so they're used to seeing
but
big high schools.
Not 70,000, 80,000 people, 100,000, matter of fact, in the Horseshoe.
No, I understand that. There's not a lot of people that walk anyway, so they're going to be around that type of atmosphere. Look, these aren't babies. These aren't guys that are just learning how to walk and chew gum. These are guys that are big-time athletes. These are premier. This is why these 5 stars, the lights are not going to be too bright for them. But to what Mark was saying about being around your coach, understanding what a game atmosphere is like, getting the calls, understanding that. I remember as a freshman, I would have to sit on the sideline at my high school games because I was charting. And so when you're charting and you're hearing the call, it becomes repetition to you. And so being in that atmosphere for these kids, because yes, they're going to be playing in front of 100,000 people, but you got to be able to hear. You got to be able to recognize what this coach is asking for you in these certain positions. And so being next to them, learning all that, and being on that bench when they come in, because you're going to go to the sideline, you're going to have your group meeting, and they're going to say, all right, this is what we saw on this play. You need to be there and be involved in that because your number will be called. Football is a violent sport.
Yes,
and
it is.
Times that you have to go into the game and become that guy.
And that's what I was talking about. I'm not talking about the nerves of the crowd. Everybody get nervous. You got to learn to feed off of that negative, of that energy. I'm talking about the organizational piece, the being able to communicate with your coach in game time. And sometimes he's not talking to you, but you need to be able to listen and know that, hey, he's screaming and hollering. He might say the F-bomb, and he's not directing that at you. He's in the moment, in the heat of the moment. So, like, lose your sensibilities.
Yeah, and lock in and be ready to go because, you know, as big as this game is, there's going to be more big games for your football team. Coming up next, we're going to continue the conversation in the Hardge Knocks Life segment. We're going to hear more from Coach Sark about some of the players, some of the positions, and, of course, we got to talk about Arch and his pregame routine right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a traffic light issue at the intersection of Highway 71 and 2322. Use some caution if you're heading this direction and treat it like an all-way stop. A stalled vehicle moved from the main lanes over to the right shoulder on Mopac going northbound at Enfield Road. There's also an accident being worked on William Cannon Drive at Highway 183. I'm Jason Fostick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Texas football is back, and Saturdays just got a whole lot better. From the tailgate to the final whistle. Nothing goes with Longhorn football like the crisp, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Bud Light. So whether you're cheering at DKR, watching at home, or celebrating the win with friends, raise one to the horns and raise one to game day. The official domestic beer of Texas Athletics. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, this is Jason Smith. If you're exhausted with your online job search, turn to the pros, Express Employment Professionals. Your local Express office is your one connection to endless job opportunities. With just one application, they can help you find a job across dozens of openings. And as always, job seekers never pay a fee. Visit expresspros.com. With more than 870 locations, there's an office nearby ready to help you. To find a location near you, visit expresspros.com. Whether you're looking for contract work or a full-time position, let Express help.
Looking for top-quality permanent fencing for your home or business? Look no further than Viking Fence. With over 50 years of experience in Central Texas, Viking Fence delivers craftsmanship you can trust. Whether you need wood, iron, or a custom solution, Viking has the perfect fence to fit your needs. What sets Viking Fence apart? They source the finest quality Western red cedar lumber direct from the mill, the most durable and attractive fence material available. Plus, they offer 3 grades of fence pickets to meet every budget. So whether you want Viking to install your fence or you're taking on the project yourself, call Viking Fence today. They pride themselves on excellent work, outstanding service, and an honest reputation. Call 512-601-8911 for a free estimate. That's 512-601-8911. Or visit VikingFence.com/radio. That's VikingFence.com/radio for your free estimate today. When you think fence, think Viking.
Let's go.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the Luxe Staples Insider Swear By, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/style upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/style upgrade.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Framber Valdez pitched 7 scoreless to help the Astros shut out the Rockies in Houston. Texans GM Nick Caserio was non-committal on running back Joe Mixon's status. He starts the season on the reserve non-football injury list with an ankle injury. Top-ranked Texas kicks off their season Saturday against second-ranked Ohio State and Columbus. Longhorns have won their last 6 season openers. I'm Ronta Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
I'm Dan, he's Ty.
Hello.
And we're the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast.
Tune in for previews, recaps, bits you won't hear anywhere else, and all the emotional support you need as a college football fan.
Join us all season long as we ride the roller coaster of this ridiculous sport.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast, and listen now.
We don't just love college football, Ty. We live it.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls, the main event of the evening for your entertainment and pleasure.
Mike, you have to be so combative.
Now, I probably wouldn't say this in front of white folk, but in front of y'all, I'm gonna speak my mind.
He has emotional anger issue problem.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys?
I'm Mike Lowry.
Michael! Oh, that's funny. Michael!
Make sure that you are tuned in tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., as we get you ready for Texas and Ohio State. From the shoe, myself, Cam Parker, will be bringing it all to you. Mark Henry will be back for next week's pregame show, as he is still, you said, in Paris right now, right?
On my way to Paris right now.
Well, there's a song about that, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now, I want to continue the conversation about this game and what the expectations are. So yesterday was, like I said, it was the final prep, final conversation between Coach Sark and the media. There was a lot of back and forths as far as what, where, when, how. We haven't got the depth chart yet, so we'll find that out a little bit later. But the one thing that was asked was, what is going to be Arch's pregame? Are you going to talk to him, or what are you going to do to make sure that Arch is ready to go?
I think the biggest thing is him staying true to his routine. I know the things that he does when he arrives at the stadium, and the routes he throws when he first gets out there and warm-ups, to what he puts on, to how he goes through warm-ups, and then his demeanor, his body language. I think being true to himself is the best thing that he can do, and so that's what I anticipate him being.
Because he doesn't want to make the moment too big, because the moment's not too big. This is one game of a long season, a hopeful one that you're playing all the way into January. But you also have to position yourself as one of those players that continues to lead by your actions. You got to stay calm. You got to stay cool. It goes through that conversation you were talking about just a little while ago, Mark, about being next to your offensive coordinator and hearing the calls and understanding that when you get your time on the field, you're going to be ready to go.
And you're consistently understanding every time that when the coach is yelling, that he's not yelling at you like he's trying. It's a heat of the moment adjustment. Like it takes tempering. It's like have you ever poured something hot like chocolate into something cold, and it just breaks up? You got to temper it. You got to like pour a little bit at a time so it can emulsify. Like that's the same principle. Like you can't just throw somebody into a conversation or into a situation where they're not used to that aggressiveness that comes with it. It's a violent sport, guys. There's no way around it.
But I think all these guys, I mean, again, I don't think that there is a point. Again, these are 5-star, 4-star players. They understand it. They've been around it. They've been with these coaches, and coach understands it. I don't think that shock treatment is not going to be there. I think the biggest thing about staying engaged with what your task is, that's the other part of it. The main thing that you need to do as a player is do your job. That's why Bill Belichick was famous for that. Just do your job. Everybody else, we've got people that can run from sideline to sideline. I need you to plug this hole right here. This is where you need to be at all times. Stay with your keys, those types of things. So I'm excited for that. But like for Arch, it's one of those things that you have to continue to work on your craft and be prepared. One of those guys that have had one unbelievable journey is Cole Hudson. Cole Hudson has been there. He's done it. He's been locked in, and now he's getting a chance to be the guy on that offensive line that is going to lead this O-line.
Yeah, what I love about Cole Hudson, this guy's blue collar. I mean, he is a blue collar guy. He's a tough ass. He's smart. He's had to grind his way through his career. It felt like every offseason the guy was going under the knife and having to have surgeries, and he couldn't train all offseason because of his shoulder. He couldn't train the next offseason because of another injury. What I love it for him, that this has been a clean year for him. Coming out of the season, he's allowed himself to really be with Coach Becton in the weight room, really train, really work with Coach Flood on the fundamentals and techniques needed. He's definitely got the smarts to play center at a high level for us, but he's also got the nastiness needed. But now he's got the physical ability that can match that nastiness because he's had now 9 months of really training for this season.
You heard it.
What did you think is the most important when you come to an offensive lineman position? The consistency of the position and the smarts that it take and being able to make all the calls, that nastiness that he talked about, or that fundamental thing?
I think it's the nastiness because everything else can be taught. Either you got to be nasty or you don't have it in you. I mean, there are certain traits that people have that are uncoachable. Like you can't coach speed, right? Like that shows up every single day. But you cannot coach nasty if you don't have it in you. If that's not your personality, you can't be that type of player. So for him to have that or develop that, that's a great part of what we've been able to see with this football team. And Coach Sark and his crew have done a great job. But one of the biggest things that is important in this matchup, and I said this is going to be keys, this will be part of my keys to the game tomorrow, is the tight end position for both of these teams. We knew what Gunnar Helm was last year for Quinn Ewers. He was that safety net. Well, now both of these tight ends are transfers from different schools. We got ours from Cal. They got theirs from Purdue. But Coach Sark let you know it was going to be one or the other coming to the University of Texas.
Yeah, I love Jack Endries. He's a really versatile player. And I didn't know all of that when we got him. I knew he had the pass catching ability and the speed, but he's a very smart player. can play multiple positions. He's more than a willing blocker. And so his versatility is something that excites me. And he's obviously got a lot of experience. And so that part's helpful for us. As far as their tight end, we recruited him pretty hard coming out of Purdue. It was kind of he and Max, and was like, man, if we can get one of these two, we'd be great. And I think Ohio State was thinking the same thing. If we can get one of these two guys, it'd be great. And they got one, we got the other. And Max is a tremendous weapon in the passing game. At Purdue, they split him out. He was all over the field. And so he's a dangerous weapon and a nice complement to the other receiving threats that they have on their team.
So Texas is going to have their hands full with the tight end position, and Ohio State is going to have their hands full with the tight end position. So we're going to end up seeing what this secondary and the linebacker core is going to be able to achieve this weekend.
Hey, man, Anthony Hill covers somebody.
Well, I think we're about to find out real quick. It's either going to be him or Leongo Lefau, or even Trey Moore. We shall see. When we come back, we're going to close out hour number 1. Kyle Schwarber does something that has not been done in a long time. And, of course, we got to hear about all the football games that took place yesterday. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone.
The Craig Way Show.
So Texas goes in there to play him in Danny Meyer Coliseum in Fort Worth. Kurt Thomas played the game of his life, and TCU upset Texas. So a month later, they have the rematch in Austin. Texas blows them out of the water. Billy Tubbs did not want to go in and do the postgame. That's when he walked into the news conference, stood at the microphone and said, okay, I'm only going to take 3 questions. And then somebody raised their hand. Why only 3 questions, Coach? Now you're down to 2 questions.
Weekdays at 2.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Slow speeds this morning on I-35 northbound. You're slow from Onion Creek Parkway up to William Cannon Drive. Plan for 7 to 8 minutes to be added to your morning commute. There's also reports of a crash on the 130 toll road southbound at Pecan Street, causing some minor brake taps, but we're all clear for a crash on William Cannon Drive at 183. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Hey, it's Cam, inviting you to join me for the Longhorns football game this Saturday starting at 11 a.m. The Zone will be at Plucker's Wing Bar, 3909 South Lamar, starting at 11 a.m. for kickoff against Ohio State. Come join us for the fun, food, and fans.
Football season has arrived, and BetOnline continues to be your #1 source for all your football betting action. BetOnline has all the latest odds, news, and scores from every pro to college game to baseball, cage fighting, and hockey futures. BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering info. Head to the website and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program, level up bonuses, and weekly cash boosts. BetOnline. The game starts here.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Austin, Texas.
Craig Way here, voice of a local college football team, and for Dr. Greg Eckert with Advanced Dentistry, where I've been a patient of his for over a decade. You can experience a new level of dental care in Austin with Dr. Eckert. They provide general, cosmetic, and advanced restorative dentistry. Unlike a lot of dentists, they're open on Fridays. And get this, Dr. Eckert is giving away Zoom teeth whitening for free with every new patient that schedules. That's a $600 value. Give them a call today to set up an appointment. 512-345-3166. Dr. Eckert is spelled UECKERT. DrEckert.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
I'm sure you've heard plenty of stories of identity theft, maybe even from someone you know, but it's happening so much more than you can imagine. Guess how often identity theft occurs? Ready? Once every 5 seconds. During this commercial, 6 people will have their lives turned upside down. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for identity theft and fixes it guaranteed or your money back. Join now and save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Coca-Cola. For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists. For long distance love. For introverts and extroverts. The thinkers and the doers. For old friends and new. Coca-Cola. For everyone. This summer, pick up some Coca-Cola at a store near you.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Get over to our AM 1300 The Zone social page and go over there and cast your vote for the Covert Huddle Plays of the Week. USF wins last night against Boise State. Boise State was a team that was ranked 25 in the college football poll, and they got blown out 34-7 by USF. Cal Raleigh with 50 home runs for a catcher. Micah Parsons' trade, and of course, this right here, Kyle Schwarber's big home runs. 4-2.
That one's drilled deep to right field. He has done it. 4 home runs in a game. A 3-run home run.
Those are your voting equation right there, where you can go in and vote on those 4 particular plays. But as I mentioned, Mark, college football season is underway. A lot of games last night. I talked about the USF Boise State debacle, 34-7. We also had Missouri in the SEC defeat Central Arkansas 61-6. University of Houston beat Stephen F. Austin yesterday, 27-0. And Nebraska wins last night, 20-17. And it's the first win for Matt Rule since he's been at Nebraska, where the game was under 3 points or less. He was 0-5 going into that ball game, but he gets it done. I don't know if you knew this, but I have been a big fan of one Matt Rule for a very, very long time. And he always wins in his 3rd year, and he's sitting looking pretty right now.
Matt Patricia is a brilliant mind. As a head coach, maybe
Just
not
Matt,
so much because of experience.
I meant Matt Rule. Not Patricia, yeah. Matt
Okay.
Patricia, the Texas defense is going to be, Texas offense is going to be going against, because now he's the DC for Ohio State. So that will be a big time matchup. Speaking of big matchups, all weekend long, we have a ton of big matchups, starting with number 1 versus number 3 tomorrow on Fox, 11 a.m. But you can hear it all right here for your home for Texas football on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone, with the voice Craig Way, Roger Wallace, and Will Matthews. Syracuse will travel to Tennessee to take on number 24 Tennessee at 11 a.m. That game will be on ABC. Mississippi State, another SEC team, will play Southern Miss. That game 11 a.m. on ESPN. But then you have Bama at Florida State. Bama is a 13.5-point favorite. That game will be at 2 o'clock on ABC. Then you have the 6 o'clock game, the 6:30 game, LSU, number 9 team, taking on the number 4 team, the Clemson Tigers. 4.5-point favorite. They are 4.5-point with Cade Klubnik. What's your thoughts on that game, Mark?
You know what, man? I think that this is going to be the year of Cade Klubnik. Like, last year against Texas, watching him play made me realize where his strengths were. And I don't think that they played to his strengths enough. And some of it is running, but more than the running, the fact that he is a really, really good, elite, short pass thrower. Like, let that guy get first downs, and I think you can win some games.
He is the Heisman favorite as we speak right now. And he was, number 1 preseason quarterback across the land. And that this is something that's big for him, because for a long time, people were questioning if he was going to get it done at Clemson. For them to come into this season being ranked number 4 with all of the accolades that have been put in front of him, I'm pulling for that kid for sure.
Austin boy done real good.
That's right. Texas A&M will be hosting UTSA. Texas A&M, the number 19th ranked team, is a 23.5-point favorite over UTSA. UTSA has the ability to shock the world, but I know that he is trying to build more depth with that football team, Coach Jeff Traylor. So we will see what ends up happening with that. Texas Tech will host Arkansas Pine Bluff. That game kicks off at 6:30. That's on ESPN Plus. So a lot of good football will be played all weekend long. I'm excited about it because this is where we know that things are about to really pick up. Business is about to pick up all across the sports landscape. We got NFL that's about to start, but there's so much. And tonight, we have football again as Dion prime time will have a big matchup against Georgia Tech tonight. Dion has talked a lot about this season. It'll be the first time that he is without his son as the starting quarterback, his son as the starting safety, and all of those guys that they have put into the NFL. So it's a big move there. You also have Baylor hosting Auburn tonight at McLean Stadium. Auburn is a 2.5-point favorite on the road. That game will be on Fox. The Colorado game will be on ESPN. And Sam Houston, a team that Texas will be playing in a couple of weeks, they will be playing UNLV at 8:30, and that game will be on CBS Sports Network. So a lot of good football tonight, man.
A lot of good football. And, I think that the game that I really want to know more about is Auburn and Baylor. Because, you see Baylor stepping out and playing SEC teams like that's saying something to me, Hart. That's talking to me.
Especially their home opener as well. Their home opener tonight, they will be taking on Auburn. This is a big year for Hugh Freeze in Auburn because just like everything else, the expectations in Auburn is you got to be competing for championships. And if you're not putting yourself in that position, then it's no good for the people there in Auburn because they will run you down because they've let some really good people go and they're still searching for it. And Hugh Freeze was one of them that he let go before. So we're going to have to see what's going to end up happening in the SEC. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. We are going to reset the Micah Parsons situation by talking to our guy from DallasCowboys.com, Tommy Yarish, followed by Ann Parker Coleman talking a little high school football and, of course, the big matchup in Columbus, Texas, number 1 team in the land, travel to take on Ohio State, the defending national champion, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Mark, I saw your car the other day. That license plate said world's strongest. Are you serious?
You got a problem with that? I'm the world's strongest man. It fits.
Fits? Man, the only thing that fits is your plate frame struggling to hold on to all them letters.
It's better than yours, fast guy. You run a 27-minute mile, Mike. That ain't fast. That's like a slow walk.
Hey, man, what are you talking about? Okay. That's the beauty of my plates. You can make it all yours, whether it's the team logo, your favorite nickname, you got some jokes, whatever is your style.
True. Mine gets respect on the highway, and yours gets giggles.
Man, why are you making fun of me, man? But guess what? It's a win-win for everybody. Don't go out there driving an ABC 123 on your license plate. Get a real one. All you got to do is go to myplates.com today. That's myplates.com. Use the promo code THEZONE. The Zone at myplates.com.
It's the ultimate true crime getaway, but plot twist. It's at sea. Don't miss Virgin Voyages True Crime Podcast Voyage, a 5-night kid-free Caribbean cruise on a luxurious, award-winning Virgin Voyages ship. Book now at virginvoyages.com/truecrime.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For the first time ever, you can get all of ESPN in the new ESPN app, along with Disney Plus and Hulu, with one incredible offer. The most live sports, biggest blockbusters, and most talked about shows. Get it all in one bundle for $29.99 a month for 12 months. Visit Disney Plus Hulu ESPNBundle.com for details. Ad-supported plan auto renews at regular price. Currently $35.99 a month, subject to change. Unless canceled. Ends 1/5/26. Terms apply.
There's nothing like King's Hawaiian sliders and summer grilling season. They go together. You got King's Hawaiian soft, fluffy, irresistible rolls, slider buns, so versatile, perfect for any slider. No matter if you're looking to grill chicken or beef or pork, seafood, anything you can think of, you're going to put it on the grill, you can put it on a King's Hawaiian slider bun. Kick off summer grilling season. Pick up a pack of those irresistible King's Hawaiian rolls in the bakery or deli section of your local grocery store. There's nothing like it.
Breaking Benjamin. And 3 Days Grace. September 3rd at Moody Center with special guest Return to Dust. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace.
Hey there, local business owner. Ready to make some more money? Whether you own an auto shop or a dinner spot, Valpak Direct Marketing can help you do just that. All bells and whistles are included, so you advertise when and where it counts to reach new customers that spend more. Measurable results, proven reach, zero guesswork. That's Valpak. Visit valpak.com/advertise to see if you qualify for a free mailing. That's VALPAK.com/advertise. Let's grow.
An app for pics, an app for playlists, even the app for scrolling endlessly at 2 a.m. But only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket, the free iHeartRadio app. Get what millions already have. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning Kickoff. The morning Kickoff.
It's the morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. We are efforting our guy Tommy Yarish right now. He's going to give us a call because something was wrong with his telephone while we were trying to call him. But our #1, the big story of the day, was Micah Parsons being traded to the Green Bay Packers for what people believe is going to be a Herschel Walker Hall. And I'm saying that is nowhere even near that type of situation. But we'll get with Tommy in just a minute. But we also got a chance to hear from Coach Sark and what was happening getting ready for the ball game as they go to Columbus today and get themselves prepared for a big-time matchup. We also talked about Kyle Schwarber and his big home runs. But, Mark, you wanted to talk about something, too. You wanted to talk about Auburn and Baylor. What is it about that game that interests you? But hold that thought, because now we got our guy, Tommy Yarish, from DallasCowboys.com. And Tommy, I don't know what news is going on out there, but did something happen in Arlington yesterday?
I don't know. Hardge, you tell me. Did I miss something? Did I sleep through something? What's going on?
Yeah,
nothing of serious injury.
Well, I think it was funny. You texted me as soon as it happened, and you were like, all right, or something like that. I was like, so are we going to have anything to talk about tomorrow morning? And, sure enough, it just happens to be, one of the biggest, most shocking trades in NFL history. So, yeah, Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer now. And it seemed like, the last couple of days, the chatter around it being a possibility, not a surefire thing, but just a possibility, ramped up. The way I looked at it was, all right, this might be a tactic that one or either side is using to try and quickly get a deal done. Jerry Jones has said many a time, deadlines make deals. And I think today, Friday, the day when they start practicing and getting ready to Philadelphia, was the deadline. And Jerry Jones confirmed yesterday, Micah Parsons came up to him and, they tried to rekindle the flame, and Jerry Jones said, look, we want you to play under your 5th year or not. And ended up being not, and now he's gone to the Green Bay Packers.
Well, it's interesting to me, too, because you sit there, and that's the one part of the conversation that a lot of people aren't understanding. The contract that Jerry was offering had that 5th year, and Micah didn't want that 5th year because he's going to be, 29, 30 years old by that next time the contract is. And obviously you see that a lot of people aren't trying to pay edge rushers that amount of money later. So Micah was being ahead of the game, and his agent as well. But still, you look at it, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier. Does this put Jerry in a position to where he's like Nico for the Mavericks?
I see what you're saying, and I think it's very difficult to. I think it's hard to compare the two because the biggest difference I think for me, and maybe this is just because of my job and my position, but the Luka trade came out of nowhere. Like that was a complete blindside. Like, you have got to be kidding me. You think Shams is being hacked and things like that when he tweets that stuff out. The last couple of days, the chatter had gotten louder, but it was more like, no, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. There's still the shock value of it, right? But I don't think there was as much shock as the Luka deal. In terms of putting Jerry in a bad, not a bad light, but the way that fan base views him like Nico Harrison. I mean, Jerry is hoping that this is his Herschel Walker 2.0. That this is a trade that can help the Cowboys right now, but also really down the line with these 2 first-round picks. And they've got a bunch of different things they can do with them. They can package their stuff and trade for a player. They can package and move up in the draft. So they've got a lot of different options, and it's really interesting to see what they'll do with it.
Mark, you got a question?
My number one question is, what else did they get other than the 2 picks, the 2 first-round picks?
They got a defensive tackle, Kenny Clark, a 3-time Pro Bowler, who did not have his best year last year. He's coming off a rough season, but they're hoping that he can certainly, bounce back this year and Matt Eberflus's scheme, get up the field and cause some havoc on the defensive line. They had said that they wanted a defensive tackle. They said they wanted to stop the run. I understand that to an extent, and they wanted a defensive tackle. I think they had a lot of time to go and get one in an avenue that wouldn't have involved trading Micah Parsons. But, the 2 first-round picks and it's something they feel confident they can package and move forward and get, or they trust Will McClay and company to hit on those 2 picks. And those guys, Will McClay and that scouting staff, they've hit on a lot of picks. Sure, you have your misses here and there. Everybody does. But nonetheless, they're hoping Kenny Clark could be a plug-and-play guy that helps bolster their interior of the defensive line and can help improve this run defense.
Tommy,
Well,
go ahead, Mark.
Those first-round picks, they're gonna not be great picks because Green Bay is a really good team, and now they just got better. So I can see them being a top 6, top 8 team in the NFL. So, you're going to get a pick 27, 25. Like, what value will you get for those draft picks?
You make a good point, Mark. I think it goes back to, the possibility of packaging some stuff to move up in the draft, right? So that you can take that 25th, 27th, whatever it may end up being pick, and try to move up in the draft and put some picks together. They'll have back-to-back years now of 2 first-round picks in each draft. So there's a lot of flexibility with what you can do to package some stuff together and move up to get a player that you want, whatever player you may end up getting. When I was thinking into the future, just potential options. You think about there's a lot of time between now and then, and needs will change. But you look at 2027. What if a guy like Colin Simmons is on the board, and they've got some picks they can trade up for him and go get another dynamic edge rusher who has the ability to change the game. What if we get to a certain point, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not projecting this or anything like that, but if Dak Prescott continues to struggle with injuries or is deciding that he's nearing the end of career, and the Cowboys need to go up and get a quarterback, and there's going to be plenty of them that come available here in a couple of years, and however quickly they want to move that timeline. So there's the flexibility with the picks. I see your point, Mark, about them being later on, but it's likely because they'll try to move up, or they feel like they can stick in there and trust their evaluation staff and make a good pick.
Man, I love the fact of what you brought up. We're talking to Tommy Yarsh of DallasCowboys.com. You can follow him at Tommy_Yarsh. But I'm with you on that as far as the thought process when it comes to the trades and where the possibilities are for the packaging of that. Because to Mark's point, you do expect them to be a really good football team and getting the opportunity to make that move. But we had a question that came in. Why not move Micah during March? Why not move Micah during the draft? And I know Jerry tried to address that because he thought he had a deal, but when the deal wasn't on the table, you still had time to make that decision, didn't you?
I think you did, right? And they had said they had some internal conversations about trading Micah Parsons, and there were some rumbles that even last year or the year before that, there were talks about maybe trading Micah. And I agree with you. I see the point, Hardge. I say, I look at the Kenny Clark and the 2 first-round picks, and don't get me wrong. Anytime you can get first-round picks and a really good defensive tackle like Kenny Clark, it's a good thing. But I feel like you could have gotten more. This is a game-changing, impactful defensive player that does not come around very often. And I not that I was underwhelmed. Underwhelmed is the wrong word, but I think he could have gotten more. And I think the timing of it made it difficult. And yesterday was 7 days before the Cowboys go on the road and play the reigning Super Bowl champions. Which, by the way, that's going to be a great early test of whether or not the Cowboys can stop the run. I'll tell you that. But the timing of it is somewhat confusing. I think it just got to a point at the end of the day where, priority one was they wanted to keep Micah Parsons, and they could have. But they did not see eye to eye on the contract situation, and ultimately it got to the point where they reached a deadline, quote unquote, unofficial deadline. There's no set deadline on anything.
Right.
And said, all right, it's better for us to just move on.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time and shedding some light on the situation. And next week we'll be reviewing and recapping the Dallas Cowboys trip to Philadelphia as they take on the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Keep doing your thing over there at DallasCowboys.com, and you can follow them at Tommy_Yarish on social media. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. And hook 'em. Beat Ohio State.
That's right. Beat Ohio State. There he goes right there. Coming up next, we're going to talk a little high school football and, of course, more about Texas and Ohio State from Ann Parker Coleman of K-View as she breaks it down when we come back right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Coach Sark here. Stay connected to the Longhorns on the free iHeartRadio app.
Breaks a tackle 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Texas.
Just search 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way there.
Lenovo and the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Tech that hits different. Can your gear keep up with the beat? Lenovo PCs are built for creators, dreamers, and fans who don't hit pause. Visit Lenovo.com for the latest in AI PCs and game-changing tech.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
The 2 right lanes are blocked off by a crash on the service road of I-35 northbound and Highway 290. Just the single left lane gets by. There's also rush hour traffic on Loop 360 southbound, planned for 15 minutes to be added to your drive from Spicewood Springs to Bee Cave. And we're also slow on I-35 northbound from Onion Creek Parkway to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Labor Day savings are happening right now at the Home Depot. So what are you working on? Prep for fall with our wide selection of cordless power tools that make it easy to clear your lawn, starting at $79. And once the leaves are clear, keep your yard looking fresh with colorful mums that bloom all season long. Shop Labor Day savings now through September 3rd, only at the Home Depot. See select stores for details.
After 48 years, Factory Mattress is going out of business forever. Over $15 million worth of world-class mattress brands must be sold immediately. Up to 80% off at Austin and San Antonio's largest independent mattress retailer. Everything must go, right down to the bare walls. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. No interest financing is still available. The Factory Mattress going out of business sale is happening now at all 14 locations. Don't miss it.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random +1.
I can't believe I'm standing here today. Seriously, why am I standing here?
Don't settle for just any insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Texas weather can be brutal, so why settle for anything less than tough, reliable protection? Mueller delivers premium steel buildings and residential metal roofing built to handle year-round weather with lasting durability. Whether it's a barn, garage, or your forever home, trust Mueller to design your metal building project with style that stands out. Call Mueller Inc. today or visit MuellerInc.com. Designed strong, designed for Texas.
It's Bud Light's countdown to kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. I've got some information going into the next segment after we talk a little bit of high school and college football with our girl Ann Parker Coleman of K-View as she gets ready to host Friday night. Ooh, football Friday night. Now is your time to shine. How you doing? We can't hear you. Let's see. She's getting herself ready to go. Well, she's there. Still can't hear her. Nope. But she will be talking college football. She will be talking high school football. Last night, there were some big games. One of the teams that she was really excited about, got a chance to watch, was the Anderson High football team as they won their big matchup against McCallum last night. We also had Weiss defeating McNeil 55-28. That was a big time matchup as well. That was a beatdown over there at the field. We got big football games tonight as Belton.
Y'all got me?
Belton comes in to take on Hendrickson. That's a big time matchup at the field. But yeah, you get a chance to host the Friday night football scoreboard.
Yeah, Friday night football, or Friday football fever, as we call it.
There it is.
Tonight. Super excited. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't know what was going on with my audio. this makes sense because I'm not going to lie. This morning I woke up and I had one of those nightmares where like you were still asleep, but I dreamed that I was awake, but was hopping onto this call like an hour late. So that makes sense. That tracks. Like that was for a reason. But super pumped for high school football tonight. I will be out at Dripping Springs Vandergrift to preview that matchup before I head back to the studio for our football show. And I mean, if there's one game tonight to circle on your calendar, I would say it's that one. You got Vandergrift, defending state champs, and then Dripping Springs, 2 heavyweights in the area, going to go back and forth. And Vandergrift has kind of had Drip's number the past year or two when they have played this matchup, I believe, in week 1. So if you're Drip, there's a lot to prove. And if you're Vandergrift, you're defending state champs. Okay, you don't want to lose game 1. You want to stay on top.
And you
I'm committed. I'm invested in being a Vandergrift Viper dad. Is there somebody on that team that you look at as kind of the standout?
Miles Teodecki, like absolutely. I believe I talked about this with Mike last week too, but when talking to Coach Sanders, he can't speak more highly of Miles than he has. You know, he talks about him. He is such a great quarterback, obviously, but really the thing that separates him is he is like a coach on the field. He's just really into analytics, really into what, like, it's always in the film room. And it's stuff like that has set him apart. And the fact that, I mean, last year when I met him, he was a junior. I thought he was a senior. He seems like he's like 25 years old, super, super mature on and off the field. That's just what you want for your guy under center.
We're talking to Ann Parker Coleman of KView. You can check her out tonight as she'll be hosting Friday Football Fever on KView while the fellas are up in Columbus, Ohio. What's the report so far about their travels to Ohio and how things are looking up there?
Guys, all I know is that the boys were leaving on a 6 a.m. flight, and I was still talking to Jeff Jones at like 11:30 last night. So not going to be a lot of sleep for them. And the same will go for tonight because they will be live in Friday Football Fever with another preview for the Ohio State-Texas game. Oh, and then they'll be on our daybreak show on Saturday at like 8 a.m. So no rest for them. But if there's a matchup where you're willing to lose sleep over, I think it's going to be this one against Ohio State in the shoe.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I do want to ask you this because I wanted to get your opinion on what you've heard this week from not only Coach Sark, but also the players about the mentality, this matchup, and how focused these guys seem to be right off the rip.
Yeah, super focused. I think one of the things that we don't give Texas enough credit for is this almost business mindset that they have. One thing that stood out to me that Sark said yesterday on our conference call was they're taking all freshmen to this away game. That's unusual. You don't usually travel with everybody. Some guys are just not going to hit the field, so why would you take them? But everybody's traveling because he wants everybody in the program to know step by step, hey, this is how we do a meeting on a road trip, and this is how we eat dinner. This is when we get onto the bus. Like those simple routine things that don't seem like they matter, but like when you're going to an environment as crazy as the shoe, and when you have so much chaos around you, when you can just boil it down to the little details like that, it really makes a difference. And so pairing that with like, hey, this is routine, nothing new here. We know what we're doing, business-like mindset. But when it comes to Arch, we talked about this so much last year, but Sark and him, Arch can get a little like in his head some. He's just obviously a really smart quarterback, but for him, it's just kind of letting him settle in and just go out there and have fun. That's something that he kept echoing, was just not overthinking and, you know, not making it bigger than it needs to be.
At the end of the day, it's a game. So you want to make sure you have some fun. But a lot of these guys, they're young and they don't have a lot of experience. So you want to make sure that they get it. And I think that's the best part of what Coach Sark is doing with taking these guys on this trip, is the fact that they get some experience.
Exactly. And he said, you know, for the guys that don't necessarily know what's going on, he's like, you just look to your leaders, Anthony Hill, he knows what he's doing on an away trip. Even Hardge, who is now becoming a first-time long-term starter, if you will. But he's a pro. He knows what he's doing in these situations. So we don't give him enough credit for that aspect of the team, just business-like approach.
Yeah, I think he's done a really good job, and we've talked about it ad nauseum here. When you hear the players speak, you kind of hear what Coach Sark was saying as well. They have taken over the mindset of their leader to be able to be that type of professional and understanding the day-to-days of everything. But I do want to ask you this, because, yes, we've talked a lot about Arch, but one thing we haven't spent enough time on is the backup position. I know they haven't given out us a depth chart. Yeah, Sark made that little joke yesterday, but you start to understand that, okay, Arch is a tough guy. He's a big guy, but you still need to have that backup quarterback just in case, even if it's for one play. But all signs seems to lead to Matthew Caldwell being that backup quarterback.
Yeah, and that's kind of who I feel like it makes sense just because of the experience. You look at Trey Owens, he's a big guy, but really his only playing time is in garbage time over, maybe last year. Whereas you look at Matthew Caldwell, he's gotten meaningful snaps throughout college football. It's so funny. We talked about the backup position so much last year, but this year, gosh, you look at Matthew Caldwell, Kalik as well, and Trey Owens, they have a lot of depth, which is what you want. Hopefully you don't have to use it, but I think if you're going to have a backup, you want one who has a lot of experience and is consistent. I feel like that's something that Sark said a lot too, and it's easier to be consistent when you have gotten consistent snaps.
Before we let you go, I want to know, who is your pick to click? If there's one person that you want to see play well tomorrow, excluding Arch Manning, who would that person be?
I'm going to go Colin Simmons, and this is mostly for the plot. The other week when Julian Sayin was announced as Ohio State's quarterback, Colin reposted a picture of him on his Instagram story, which is just a hilarious, petty move that I absolutely love.
Sinister.
Exactly. Yeah. And when he was asked about it this week, he was like, I'm just excited there's a quarterback that they decided on that I can sack. And I'm like, I love this attitude. He's just so unbothered. So I would have to say him, and not only because I want him to do well because of all of the drama, but because you don't do moves like that if you can't back it up.
Right.
And if there's one guy that's going to and is highly motivated, it's him. He wants to break the single season sack record, and he said earlier this year he's done talking about it, so he's going to go out there and prove it. It starts on Saturday.
Well, we're excited about that too, and he's definitely somebody that I fear, and I don't fear a lot of people.
That dude's scary. He is.
Well, thank you for getting up with us and making sure that you are ready to go tonight for Friday Football Fever, and a lot of big games to be covering. So have a good time and enjoy it while you can.
Yeah,
go
Vipers.
Vipers.
Football Fever, 10:30 on KVU.
That's right. Let's go Hendrickson Hawks. Get some TV time today. Have a good one. Thank you.
Miss Parker.
Yeah. When we come back, we got the world's strongest man, and he's going to be bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
The two right lanes are blocked off by a crash on the service road of I-35 northbound and Highway 290. Just the single left lane gets by. There's also rush hour traffic on Loop 360 southbound, planned for 15 minutes to be added to your drive from Spicewood Springs to Bee Cave. And we're also slow on I-35 northbound from Onion Creek Parkway to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Hardge here. School's back in session, so let's make sure your ride is ready. At Cover Chevy in Hutto, it's not just about the vehicle, it's about the people riding with you. Get $14,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 RST or $6,000 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Tahoe Premier. Start the school year strong with Covert Chevy, Highway 79 in Hutto, or shop covertchevyhutto.com. Together, let's drive.
The legacy continues. Pantera. The heaviest tour of the summer. Tearing up Germania Insurance Amphitheater, September 2nd. With Amon Amarth. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Pantera Live.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas, September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
Did you miss the Bitcoin wagon? Millions got rich because they got in on a technology you still don't understand. But the crypto gang got greedy, handing control of the Bitcoin network to China. This carelessness gives us a second chance, called Texit Coin. You're invited in on the Texit Coin journey. We'll guide you through this new frontier to claim your share of the profits. Don't let your friends get rich without you. Secure your seat as we take Texit Coin to the moon and beyond. Learn more at texitcoin.org. This is an investment that carries risk. Texitcoin.org.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's almost time for kickoff. Brought to you by Bud Light.
Breaks a tackle 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Texas.
Listen to every play, every touchdown, every win on 1300 The Zone.
Fires for the end zone. It's intercepted. Kicked off. This ball game is over.
Today's countdown is one day. Presented by Bud Light all season long on the free iHeartRadio app.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, partly cloudy with scattered thunderstorms for your Friday afternoon, a high near 100. Tonight's low 76. Saturday, partly cloudy, a high in the mid-90s. Sunday, scattered thunderstorms, a high in the upper 80s. Labor Day Monday, morning showers and storms, a high near 90.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Football is back.
And the season lives on iHeartRadio.
Whether it's fantasy advice
Or venting with your favorite host over that blown call.
iHeartRadio brings you all of it.
From the official NFL Podcast Network.
Welcome to NFL Daily. To local stations that bring you the games live. This is 24/7 coverage of everything you love about football.
And it all starts now.
Just open the iHeartRadio app
And search NFL.
to dive in.
Join the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, each day from 2 to 5 p.m. for the Craig Way Show on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
That's what I do! That's what I do!
That's what he does. And that's what he does every day at this time. He brings you his world's strongest take. He is the Mark Henry, and he is the world's strongest man. Take it away, Mark Henry.
Hardge.
What's up, man?
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Marcus, back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They're all on me. Guys, in light of yesterday's news, my take is really about me not being a Cowboy fan. I know that I said, you know what, I'm back. The love is there. But Hardge, I caught her cheating. It's over. It's over. I'm single again. And I put up a post on my Twitter or X, whichever one you prefer, of who will be the team that I will go with, because there's teams that I respect. And I had 2 honorable mentions, one of which was Green Bay is an honorable mention, and the New York Jets are an honorable mention. But the 4 core were the Baltimore Ravens, the Atlanta Falcons, the Los Angeles Rams, and the Detroit Lions. Right now, the poll says it's basically a tie between Baltimore and the Lions. I like both those teams, and I'm looking forward to, after today, we already got about 5,000 people liked it, and but there's only like 300 votes. I need at least 1,000 votes. I'm gonna wait till the end of the day, and I will post what my decision is. But my take is, am I jumping the gate too soon? Am I jumping off the bridge too soon? What say you?
Yeah. We're jumping off too soon. It's hard for me to say goodbye to yesterday. So, good times and the bad times, I gotta stay true to the game.
So you saying that, for better or for worse, I gotta stay in it?
Hey, you gotta fight through this, man. We've seen this movie before. We've gone through the depths of hell to stay with this team.
Man, my heart is broken, man.
If you stayed through the Dave Campo years, you deserve to stay through.
You know what? You bring up a really good point.
If you stuck around through all these trials and tribulations, you need to stick it out, man. We're going to stay true to it. Now, it don't mean
why do I keep letting you talk me in the stand?
What? It don't mean we don't have wandering eyes. We can admire others from afar and quietly, as is kept. In the house when we're not out in public.
My post today, I guess I'm gonna just have to like this is gonna be my side piece.
Yeah, that's exactly how you're gonna have to view this. But you can't treat it. You can't treat it better than you treat the one you got, and that's the Cowboys. You're gonna buy the gear, you're gonna wear the shirt, you're gonna come in on Mondays, winners and losers Monday that we have, and you're gonna talk about these Cowboys. Just like we're going to talk about the Horns, no matter what, I can't quit you. I can't quit you.
I was out.
I can't.
Pull me back in.
That's right. I can't quit you. I tried. I slept on it last night, Mark. I was there
Oh
with
my
you.
gosh.
But I'm not going anywhere. We're going to work this thing out. But if you come back in this house and you tell me this is a Herschel Walker trade, you are done. No more. This is not a Herschel Walker trade. And I'm tired of people believing that it's a Herschel Walker trade. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm not trying to hear it.
Don't do it, Mark. We can't leave
All right.
him, man.
All right, I guess I'm gonna listen to you, man. You've been a good inspiration to me. You've gave me some really good sound advice, and I'm gonna stick it out.
You got to. We got to stay strong in this
But
battle.
I gotta give some love to this poll. People are voting, so
Yeah.
My side piece is about to get some love right now, though.
Well, I'm telling you right now, the best thing for you to do is understand that we are with Jerry for better and for worse, because it has been worse. Let's not forget it has
It's definitely been worse, but this is a kick below the belt.
Yup. This is probably as low as we're gonna get. But a lot of people that are in the know in Dallas said there was a little more to it. But I wanted to get to this because this is one of the things that I've talked about a lot. You got to look at the financial ramifications. But the one thing that you do not do in football, you don't trade away your franchise quarterback, and you don't trade away elite pass rushers ever. Ever. And the one thing that bothers me the most about all of this, and everybody can say he was a problem. Look, there's been a lot of problems with players in the NFL, but he is a top level player.
He's not trouble. He's not a trouble player.
Exactly. And here's the other part for me, Mark. The main thing is when you draft a guy and you develop him and he goes somewhere else and goes off, that's not cool, because that's your guy. You drafted him. He became this good in 4 years, 4 years under your watch. And now the prime time of his career is going to be in Green Bay, and he's going to raise havoc all over the place. Watch what I say. Another great take by the way.
I know it.
As always, he brings the heat Monday through Friday, 8:32 a.m. When we come back, we'll close out the show, get you ready for the weekend. And yes, we have to salute a great, great human being who's on his last ride right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
You have no idea how bad it gets. I wish I knew how to quit you.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show.
Life is Good by Joe Walsh.
It's Life's Been Good, but that's
Life's
close
Been
enough
Good
for Joe.
You know, when I see that album cover, for some reason, he looks like Dale Earnhardt to me. With the mustache. Now, I haven't really seen what he looks like in person.
You're right.
Back when it was.
Trust me, if Dale Earnhardt were alive today, he would not look like Joe Walsh. There's not many people look like Joe Walsh how he looks today. Trust me.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
About a 10-minute slowdown caused by stop-and-go traffic this morning on I-35 southbound going from Palmer Lane over to Runberg. Speeds are also kind of slow at the moment on 183 northbound, making that change from 130 up to Highway 71. There's also a crash on the service road of I-35 northbound at MLK Junior Boulevard. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
NFL fans, Week 1 just became your place to play for free and grow the bag. DraftKings Pick 6, an official partner of the NFL, is here with Bag Builder, a completely free way to play for you to win a share of $1 million in cash or more. That's right. Think you have what it takes to stack the cash? Here's how it works. Download the Pick 6 app. DraftKings is the easiest way for you to play fantasy. Use the promo code SPOTLIGHT. That's promo code SPOTLIGHT. And you enter for free. You just make 6 picks, more or less on a player's stats for week 1. That's it. It's that simple. No entry fee, no catch. Here's some examples of how you should do this. Let's say Dak Prescott wants to throw for over 265 yards. You pick more or you pick less. CeeDee Lamb, is he going to have 1 touchdown or 2? You pick more, you pick less. It's that easy. You want an even bigger shot at making more money? Share the link with your friends and add more cash to the bag and get bonus shots to win. As the player count goes up, so does the prize. Hit all 6 of your picks, and you'll be splitting a bag that's already at $1 million or more. So don't sit back. Get it in for free, build the bag, and let's run it up for your chance to win. All you have to do, download the DraftKings Pick 6 app, use the code SPOTLIGHT, that's code SPOTLIGHT, to opt in for free and start stacking entries in week 1. Zero cost, huge upside in partnerships with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus, age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. Must claim token for free entry in Bag Builder contests. Only perfect entries earn a share of the cash prizes. Tokens are single use and expire September 8 at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay, things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Football season is here, people. Yes, Sirski. This is Pac-Man Jones. If you're trying to win this season, you got to get with BetOnline. We're talking the latest odds, player props, all in one space. Easy sign-up, best bonuses, lightning-fast payouts, and always first to market. BetOnline, the game started here.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Our blood runs orange.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. What great time we've had this week as we lead in to the weekend. And one of the biggest things about this weekend, Texas traveling to Ohio State, and this matchup of all recognition is one of the things that we talked about before, and that's being ready. And the question was asked to Coach Sark yesterday. Do you feel like your team is right where it needs to be? The game is the reward in these particular moments because you practiced, you dialed in, you had a great week of work, You've done everything that you needed to do to make sure that you was ready to go. And this is what Coach Sark said about his football team.
It's interesting you asked that. That's exactly what I talked to him about at the end of practice today. They have worked really hard, and I was so impressed with their temperament today at our Thursday practice, and just the energy, the speed in which we operated with, the communication. But yet there was a sense of confidence, which is a good thing as a coach. You want to see. You don't like getting close to the game and guys feeling uneasy. I think our guys feel confident in what we're doing. But that was my point. We've worked so hard to get to this point. I told them, I love this opportunity for us. I love it for them. I love it for our coaching staff. A lot of people put a lot of time and effort into it, but it's not just about this game. I think it's this journey we're about to go on for the season. That we put a lot of work to build this roster. We put a lot of work into to develop the leadership. We've put a lot of work into putting people in the right spots to have some success and to build up the depth that we have. And now, like I said, it all has to unfold for the season. But we've earned this, and we've earned this opportunity. And so I love it for them that they get this opportunity to go play the first game of the season on this stage. Now let's go perform.
That's the reward. That's the work. That's the time spent. And now you get to go out and see where you are as an individual and as a team player.
Hardge, I have to go back to what just happened in the World's Strongest Take. I'm having all these super fans and high level celebrities reaching out trying to sway me, man. As you know, my cousin is Michael Strahan, and he just invited me to come over and join the Giants, make it a family affair. Peter Rosenberg just reached out and said, "Hey, the Washington Commanders, we got room on the bandwagon." I want to go on record right now saying both of those teams in the East, forget about it. Just put it out your mind. It's not going to happen.
Go to California or Vegas or something. Go that way.
But our guy, Harry Douglas just reached out from Atlanta and said, "Hey, we taking you, man. We want you to come to Atlanta." And
they offering you deals, man?
I haven't had no deal yet. They ain't say that there's chicken wings involved or nothing like that.
Oh, yeah, that's the Atlanta part right there.
Hey, they offered me like a home game chicken wing pass, and I'm there.
Well, we'll see what the end of the day brings you, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying true. I'm staying true to the blue. So that's how we're going to do that. But I do want to say this, because tomorrow will be emotional for so many people because of Lee Corso and him walking away from ESPN. Marcus and I saw a video this morning of him getting on a flight, and they knew him from the flight, and they dedicated the flight to him on his way to Columbus. So it was really cool, very emotional. The person that checks the tickets was giving a speech, couldn't even make it through the speech. But Coach Sark was asked about Lee Corso and what he meant to him.
Yeah, I think we owe a lot to Coach Corso, and I think we owe a lot to College Game Day. What they were able to do, and from the onset of that show, with obviously Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, and Lee Corso, and the inception of the show, and then the evolution of the show, and just the entertainment factor that Coach Corso brought to the game to create the energy and the excitement around Saturdays in college football. I think for so long, college football has always been such a great celebration every Saturday, but it was very localized. It was in your own town. It was in Austin, Texas, or in Tuscaloosa, or in Athens, Georgia. And those regions really celebrated their games and their moments. What College Game Day and Coach Corso were able to do was expand that nationwide. And they were able to bring Austin, Texas around the country. They were able to bring Tuscaloosa, Alabama around the country and make you feel like you were there. And then the idea that Coach Corso was able to bring this aspect of a coach and very analytical approach to the games that were being played, but then the entertainment and doing the headgear at the end of every show. I know that was something that we all continue to look forward to, of what was he going to do? Like, that was going to really determine who was going to win the game or not. But that was the beauty of the show, was getting people excited about every Saturday for college football. And so owe him a ton of respect. I'm a huge fan of his. He's a friend of mine. He's somebody that every opportunity I get when he has one of our games, I know he doesn't do the games. If he's on the sidelines, I always go and say hello to him, because I kind of grew up in this profession as College Game Day grew up in the sport. And so owe a ton to him and owe a ton to College Game Day.
Bro, you're going to make me cry, man.
Well, that was
like,
not
you know I'm a big softy, and bro, I'm mourning already. The fact that this is his swan song, because like I said yesterday, like, I don't know college football without him.
Right. I don't think anybody does. I don't think a lot of people know that. You start to think about the game and how he became this person, this personality. I heard somebody talking about how he used to bring knowledge more than just the antics. So there's a lot that goes on to it, and we wish him nothing but the best. We wish you all nothing but the best, but make sure you tune in. Set your alarms now. Preset on the dial. AM 1300, The Zone. College Longhorn Kickoff. Myself, Cam Parker, bring you Game Day. And, of course, we've got Craig Way, Roger Wallace, and Will Matthews leading you through the game, and then followed by Third and Longhorn right here on Sports Radio AM 13.
Go Horns!
That's right, Mark. Tell them again.
Go Horns!
Don't believe everything you see, folks. Thanks to Marcus. Thanks to Mark. And thanks to you, the people. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Hook 'em. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.